Hey guys, I'm Emma Ryan, Integrative Nutrition Health Coach and founder and owner of Plant. Today we're going to make a side dish. So it's actually broccolini and leeks, and we're going to roast these in the oven. And it's the perfect side dish to add to whatever dinner you're making at home, or even if you're cooking out, grilling out, anything like that. So it's a great way to get some extra green vegetables in you. And these are two of my favorites. I love using leeks. This is a leek. And a lot of people are intimidated by them, but they're essentially just a big green onion. So we're going to start by cutting, and I've already washed and rinsed these so that they're clean. We're going to cut the end off, and then I'm actually just going to cut them into circles. So you're going to see these really pretty disc-looking things. We're going to use those as part of our side dish. You can, like I said, we're going to do this in the oven today. You could make this very same recipe and do it in a cast iron skillet on the stovetop. You could do it in a regular skillet, of course, on the stovetop. Lots of different options. So with the green onion, you're going to go all the way up until it gets dark green because this is too tough. So I normally don't use this, or I'll use this and make a vegetable stock, as I'll throw it like some of the waste in to make vegetable stock. So I have my leeks diced up here. And by the way, this is probably only enough. One leek and one little head of broccolini is probably enough for 2 people. So depending on how many people you're serving, I would double this recipe. I typically always make too much, but I love to have leftovers. So now we're going to chop up our broccolini, and really I'm going to leave this whole. I'm just going to cut off some of these loose stems that are a little bit too long. And now I'm just going to kind of separate these a little bit. I don't know if you guys have made broccolini or not, but it's so fun, and it looks really pretty when you're plating too, depending on what you're putting it with. Okay, so now we have our broccolini. I'm going to put that in my mixing bowl, and I'm really only putting this in here so I can drizzle these with olive oil. This is an extra virgin olive oil. And then I'm going to toss a little bit of salt and pepper on here, not a ton. I will say I didn't bring it today, but I love adding red chili flakes to this. There's a restaurant my boyfriend and I like to go to, and they put chili flakes on it, so it's a little spicy. It's so good. I think they also put honey or something on it to make it sweet. So I don't love to do that, but you can if you want to. So you can do all different types of flavorings. And as you can see, I'm just kind of tossing this together. So I just want to make sure the oil, the salt, the pepper is kind of well coated. Typically, I don't over season my vegetables just because I really want them to stand out. I want the flavor of the actual vegetable. So we're going to spread these out on our baking sheet here. And I failed to mention it earlier, but I do already have my oven preheating. So I actually would preheat your oven to 425 for this. I like to do them a little bit crispy. And I'm going to kind of spread the leeks out on top of the broccolini so that when they cook, they kind of share the flavor. There we go. So there's our little tray of broccolini and leeks. I'm going to put this in the oven again at 425 for about 25 minutes, maybe less, just depending on how your oven cooks. We want these to be cooked through and a little bit crispy on the outside. Okay, so these just came out of the oven. It took about 20 minutes at 425. You can see they're really well cooked and they're crispy on the outside. You could cook them less if you want them to not be as crispy, or to be a little bit thicker, I guess I should say. Or you could go more and crisp them up even more. So it's totally up to you guys. They are perfectly seasoned in my opinion. But again, remember the red chili flake recommendation. If you guys like spice, add some red chili flakes and it'll completely change the flavor. So anyway, now you're good to go. Serve this with dinner, serve it as a snack, whatever you want to do. I hope you guys enjoy this as much as I do. Be sure to comment below, subscribe, and I will see you next time.